Hello, everybody, and we are live with some more shenanigans. So, the party has left to go seek out Bessie to get some of her delicious milk because Bessie produces the best milk in the land.
It is known.
Take it away.
In the town that we came from, we had a cow, and she made milk too.
Indeed, I grew up on a farm.
Interesting story. How does it end?
Happy days, happy days.
But she made milk, and it tastes good to drink milk.
It's good for your bones as well.
Yeah.
And cheese.
Oh, I like cheese.
I used to be a dab hand at cheese making when I was younger.
Perhaps we could use Bessie's milk while we're there to make all variety of best dairy products, the best cheese, the best yogurt.
Yogurt's tricky. Well, yogurt is tricky. It's tricky.
Yes, as someone has pointed out, Bessie's milk brings all the bulls to the yard.
And they're like,
wow, that's some really good milk.
yeah.
Okay, you guys arrive at the farm about 15-20 minutes later.
Oh, hey, we're here.
There's a big red barn out in a little bit of a pasture, and there's a small little farmhouse next to the road that's got a small garden before it that's walled off by a white picket fence. It looks pretty different from the... Actually, none of you have ever been here before. You've never seen this place.
Oh, this is lovely. Look at it.
So if I was a cow, this is where I would want someone to kneel over and handle me.
I agree.
So, let's go knock on the door.
Okay. A young man walks out, maybe 22 years old. He's got a straw hat on, a bit of hay in his mouth, some overalls with no shirt underneath. God knows if he's wearing any pants. Probably not. I mean, the overalls are sort of pants. And he's got bare feet and goes, "Oh, you here looking to buy Bessie? Well, she ain't for sale."
Oh, no. We're not here to buy her. No, but we would like to perhaps procure some milk from her.
Well, we don't really sell directly to customers. We prefer deal through others.
Oh
Selling
no, we're
bulk.
here from the inn. Desmond's inn. We're here from the inn. It's yes, his milk's been his milk sort of mysteriously disappeared. So we need some more for for a project sort of thing. So yes, could we perhaps buy some milk?
Have you seen any wizards or spoons?
What? Oh,
I got a collection
Really?
of spoons.
really? Do you?
From all states.
No, just from around here. Got one of
Oh.
Desmond's too.
You've got
How
one?
recently did you acquire Desmond's spoon?
About 6 years ago. Before we made the switch to copper. It's a wooden one.
Oh,
That would seem to be before our time.
Are they still there? Perhaps. Ooh. When was the last time you checked your spoon collection? Perhaps we need to check if they've mysteriously vanished from other places as well. So
My
could
spoon
you...
collection?
Yes.
I didn't just fall off the turnip truck, you know what I mean?
What?
Who would steal
No, I don't.
spoons?
I
mean,
don't know,
aside
but
from
That's
me.
what we want to know.
every single spoon in Desmond's inn has been stolen.
Maybe they're not just stealing spoons.
Jimmy the Cricket! He turns around and runs inside. But you find him a few feet away later, staring at his wall, nodding to himself. They're all here.
Oh, you keep them on the wall. Oh,
Where else you keep your collection this wonderful and proud?
True. Very good point. Yes.
You
I like
notice
the way that
there's like 15 spoons up there. They are, however, spoons of very different styles, and some are metallic, some are wooden. There's a bone spoon.
Ooh, I've never seen a bone spoon before.
Ah.
It's not hand whittled. Oh, I think it is. Marvelous.
Is it a spoon made out of bone or for eating bones?
Well,
And I
it's
would've
made out of
thought
bone.
more of a
You
fork.
use
Okay.
it for rice, I think. Some sort of strange dish. Anyway, you all here for Desmond? Get some more
Yes,
best
yes,
milk?
that's correct.
Well, for Desmond, we'll replace it just this once, but he screw around again on us, we charge him.
Okay, we appreciate it.
Absolutely understood, my good stereotype.
Huh? Yeah. He goes back and produces a pail of milk for you.
All right, then.
Happy day. I'm gonna go up to Bessie and just like
Desmond's thanks to you.
give her a little rub on the muzzle and things, nose, whatever.
Oh, Bessie's out in the fields. This is like
okay.
readied milk. You don't get to see Bessie
In that case,
without like a visitor's pass.
Oh, can I not even stare wistfully at Bessie?
You see a few cows. You're not sure which one Bessie is, or maybe she's off in her own area.
I'm gonna look nostalgically at the cows.
They're standard
Also-
California white and black cows.
I'll say, my good
Freezing.
man,
Freezing.
I have a question for you while we're here. See, I happen to be the proprietor of a new place in town. And I was wondering if I could make some sort of arrangement with you to get some milk for my establishment as well.
Well, I'll be happy to sell you our milk, but Bessie milk, well, she only produced a finite amount, and everyone want a bit. You want to start bringing in Bessie milk to your place, you're gonna have to start getting in a bidding war with Desmond and the others.
Yes, I don't want to get in a bidding war with Desmond, but what about the others? I'm quite happy to outbid them.
There happens to be a few other establishment type places that like our stuff. Mostly, it's
Gaga.
Lady Jezebel and her husband Lord Axel, that like the milk.
I see. Well, maybe, perhaps, that my establishment can offer you something that the others can't. How do you feel about exotic dancers?
I like me a
far
pair of
away?
titties,
What?
just as much as the next man.
Yes, well, we do. See, my place is known for both its delicious, juicy meatballs and its exotic dancing.
I thought exotic dance. What's titties got to do with exotic dancing? I thought it was just dancing from far away.
Well, titties are a type of bird, so they're probably
Oh, that's true. Yes.
their hair and like
Oh.
doing the chicken dance.
So we could make some sort of
I'd like to see
arrangement where, in addition to the pay, you're able to come in when you like, with no cover charge.
Sounds like a deal. I gotta see your place. Make sure it's all on the up and up, as they call it. But if it's like how you say it is,
It's underground. It's definitely on the up and up. It's underground in the old barn on the edge of town, and you need a password.
I like the sound of that.
Definitely on the up and up.
You bring me by sometime, and we'll make this happen.
Absolutely. I think you're going to love it.
Cheers.
I'd like to see some.
We'll
nice
make a
exotic
man
dance.
out of you. You would like to see this place? We could swing by on the way back.
I do like a good exotic dance.
Oh, sounds like
all over
we're
the-
all doing this now. Hold on, let me go get my coppers.
Why not? No time like the present.
Let's go.
Okay.
He takes
Yeah.
off and comes back with a surprisingly specialized sack of copper coins. It has copper coins knitted onto the outside of it, like a pattern, not actual coins.
Interesting. All right, let's go.
All right, the
So
three
we'll
of
head
you.
over to, let's see.
The
we
kebab.
had the back door was a strong contender. We'll call the place the back door for now. So we'll head over to the back door.
Stanley, real quick, while they're passing past the tavern, he's gonna take some branches from the floor and place them in front of each of the doors because they're closed right now. But if someone opens them, you don't really have any way to tell. So if the stick moves, he's gonna know that someone's opened the door.
Oh,
Move
so you
the
shut
stick
the
out.
doors to Shenanigans and place something. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Done.
Perfect.
As we're walking over to the back door, I say to the others, something we should consider is why spoons, the motivation. If we can figure out why someone would steal spoons, but
Well-
not forks or knives.
I know that sometimes wizards want to have copper for like spells.
Well,
So maybe it wasn't the spoon specifically, maybe it was just the copper.
but they took the silver ones as well.
Yeah, they use silver for spells too.
Yeah.
There's that good trick you can do where you balance a spoon on your nose. That's
Oh
always a
yeah,
good
I've seen
party.
that. That's really cool.
Yes.
Yes, or they could be having those races where you carry an egg in one. Like maybe there's a big
That's true.
festival or something going on.
Yeah, a big egg and spoon festival.
Or it could be the broth guy has stolen the spoons in order to stop.
We should definitely stop off at that brothel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe try the broth as well.
As long as it doesn't have carrots.
Yes.
I don't like carrots at my brothels.
Well, speaking of carrots, we seem to be here at the back door.
Oh, what a lovely place.
All right.
So I give the knock.
The trap slides or pushes open, and the three of you descend.
The
Oh yeah, the four of
Dusty
you
owner came, right?
descend.
Yeah.
Is this
The
the sort of
hayseed
place
event.
that's open this early in the morning?
How
Maybe
early
never
is it in
shuts,
the
does
morning?
it?
Are we early?
It's like an hour and a half after you've woken up. No, it's like 2 hours after you've woken up.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's probably they're just maybe some dancers practicing or things like that.
Okay.
It's probably not in full swing yet.
You guys see a few men swinging themselves around on some poles, and a couple of other men wearing leather armor and shields with spears, squaring off and fencing.
Wow, these guys are really athletic.
They
Yeah,
are
exactly.
extraordinary
Absolutely.
athletic.
My. I wish I could do
Yes,
that.
yes, it takes a special kind of person to be down here in the back door.
Yeah.
I'll sort of walk up to the men who are sparring and be like, "Oh, fascinating."
I'm gonna walk up to one of the guys dancing on the pole and be like,
So
hey.
Ronaldo, how's Ronaldo doing? Is he getting better?
Yes. He's been working with some of the previous athletes and doing a good job.
Ronaldo looking good.
Stanley's gonna walk up to one of the guys swinging on the poles, and he's gonna say, "Hey, hey,
Hey, baby. Oh, hey, dude. What's up?
do you like wizards?"
No. Yes, I feel like you want me to say yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I really like magic. I was hoping that this would lead into some more innuendo, but apparently Stanley just stands there looking at this guy awkwardly as he turns the awkward stare.
Yeah,
They'll sort of
Yes, there's going to be no strange innuendos. Cookie, could you set us up with some of your juicy meatballs? The juiciest, please.
the meatballs.
The best for my friends there.
Ooh, meatballs.
They light some coal and throw a big frying pan over it and start digging into some meat and start mixing some stuff together. It'll be a half an hour, Corey. Gotta get everything up and running.
Dell's gonna sort of like be staring at the young men, sort of like sparring. Could anybody join in?
Why not? It's that kind of place.
There are 2 people sparring and there are like 3 people dancing on poles. Which group would you like to join, Dell?
Oh, sparring.
Like the people stabbing at each other with deadly weapons?
Well, it's just sparring. It's not.
Right, yeah,
actual,
yeah.
you know.
Or the people that are sparring.
She doesn't like to fight, but she does enjoy,
A
a
good-
bit of practice.
A good
Yeah.
tussle.
She can fight. She just doesn't enjoy hurting people. So you know.
The people jabbing each other with their weapons or the people sparring?
Hmm.
Mm, mm.
Oh, I haven't had a good tussle in ages. Who wants to wrestle? I
Again,
do
the
enjoy
people stabbing
wrestling.
each other with weapons or the people sparring?
What level are you, Del?
She's level. Level am I? Oh God.
I'm gonna say 2. You've been around long enough for 2, maybe?
Yeah, level 2. There we go. Yep.
Okay. You have a pretty good start with those guys. In fact, you feel pretty good about yourself at the end of it. You know, they weren't bad by any measure, but you did pretty good.
Because Dell's quite sort of like, she's quite big and burly, you know. She's like 6 foot or something, so she's not a small person.
There you go.
So he's like, oh, that was bracing. Oh. Reminds me of wrestling with my brothers back on the farm.
Yes, wrestling with your brothers.
A little bit later, you guys get your food, your meatballs come up. The farmer, actually, before that happens, the farmer goes, "This is not the sort of place I was looking for. Where are them titties? What are all this men doing around?"
Well, the
Yeah,
dancers.
where's the feathered costumes?
This is not my sort of establishment.
Gladiator theme.
Oh.
Well, see, the women don't come in until when the show is on, in which case the audience, like 90% women.
Uh-huh. And what
Who get
makes you think I want to
very
watch a show like this?
excited,
This is not
but
my
also
sort of...
frustrated. Well, here's the way you need to approach it. See, you're not thinking big picture. You're not thinking outside the box. The male dancers.
No,
up
you're right.
on
I'm thinking
stage-
about the box.
Yes, so this is where you need to be thinking. During the show, the male dancers up on stage get the women out in the audience just fully revved up, and then they go back, leaving these revved up, frustrated women and an entire audience. And then you move in.
Wow, this sounds like a great place to pick up chicks. I'm really great at picking up
There you go.
chicks.
Wait, chicks now?
Yeah.
I'm married, sir.
Well, oh, that's nice. Congratulations.
That's why I brought my bag of coppers. Look, I'm a handsome fellow. I ain't got no problem finding a chick. If I want to pick up chicks, I can pick up chicks at my normal bar. I come here so I can observe and degrade from a safe distance.
Degrade what? What?
Degrade.
Objectify.
celebration.
Objectify.
I suppose there's some of that. This is a celebration of form and
And who am I going to throw my
Yes.
coppers at? His Franken Beans? If I want to throw a copper at Franken Beans, I'll just ask Daryl to come over.
Oh, is he coming over?
No, he's working. He's with Bessie.
Oh, well, then I guess you'll have to throw at his Frankenbeans then, since Daryl's not here.
What do Franken beans have to do with anything?
I
Looking
think
for
that's
2
the name of
scoops
the
of
dance.
heaven, not Franken Beans.
Anyway,
Looking for dessert, not breakfast.
Anyway, speaking of food, here's our meatballs. You must try them.
Oh, delicious.
Smells good. Y'all dig in, and it's good.
Yes, there was a place called Hooters known for its wings. Here at the back door, we're known for our balls.
They're very juicy, yeah.
Yes.
Here, let me try some of these balls.
Oh, there's a hair in mine. Oh.
Oh. I hate hairy balls. Hey, these balls don't have carrots in them, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not.
No carrots. The orange
Okay.
is just it's a yellow radish.
I don't think yellow radishes are real.
Are you a farmer?
No,
Well then, how do you know what's real and what's not?
I don't know.
Good point.
It's just a feeling.
Well, if you're worried about whether they're real or not, perhaps you should roll to detect illusion.
Oh, that's true. That's true. All right, let me just roll this dice real quick. Just gonna detect this illusion real quick. Do I detect the illusion, Neil?
I have no idea what you just did. There's no. You detect no illusions.
You did -20.
That's true.
But it would have been a
Say
37.
nothing ever again.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that pop up. Yeah, no, you don't notice any illusions.
Perfect. Good.
See, they are in fact real.
Oh, okay. Stanley tries the meatball then.
It's pretty good.
Do I taste carrot?
How good is your palate? Give me.
Well, I'm
roll me a
allergic to
grub
carrots,
skill. Oh, if you're actually allergic to carrot, then you're gonna need a shot of something very soon.
Oh. Oh no, there are carrots in these. Oh no! Stanley starts panicking, looking around for an EpiPen or a cleric, maybe. Cleric can be in the.
You don't
Club.
see a cleric anywhere nearby.
We saw a cleric like back at the at Shenanigans, right?
Yes, a cleric. Where would
Quick,
we find
guys, we
a
gotta
cleric?
get back to Shenanigans.
If only there was a
We gotta get off
cleric
this-
here.
We gotta get off this side quest and get back to the main deal. We gotta go. And Stanley runs out of the strip club, heading full tilt.
I'll try casting Cure Light Wounds on him just to see if that helps.
Sure. He bolted though, so you'd have to chase after him before you could get your spell off. So you actually
All right,
need him
I'll
to like
chase after him.
stop.
Wait, Stanley, I know where a cleric is.
Yeah,
I'll
that
go.
gets Shenanigans.
Oh goodness.
No, there's a closer one right over here. Come here and I'll show you.
Stanley is just running, man. He doesn't even pay attention.
All right, I'll
Dell will
head on
follow
back.
along.
Head on back to Shenanigans. I'll catch up to him there.
Okay. You get back to Shenanigans pretty early, Stanley. You notice coming from the back, the kitchen door is not only opened and the log knocked over, but the log has since been removed and like placed gently against the side of the building.
All right, I'll deal with that later. I bust into the bar. I look around. Do I see the cleric still sitting there, enjoying his drink, maybe?
Yes, the cleric is talking to one of the fighters, and the rest of the room is empty except for Desmond.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to him. My face starting to swell up just a little bit. And say, "Excuse me." Excuse me.
Oh dear! My God, what has happened
Are
to
you
you,
a
son?
cleric?
I am.
Hey.
What?
I ate a carrot and I'm allergic.
Oh my
Can
word.
you help me?
Yes. Hold on there one moment. He touches you on the forehead and says some words. A reddish light just kind of overwhelms you for a few moments. And it takes like 2 or 3 minutes of him like rubbing his hands on your face and on your neck. But eventually the swelling goes down and it's easier to breathe. And
Thank you.
Dell and Kuri both come in at that point.
Guys, he did it. He saved my life. Thank you. Yeah, why don't we sit down and have a drink together and I can hear your story and we can have a conversation.
What happened to you?
I ate a carrot. I'm allergic to carrots.
Well, don't do that.
I thought it was a yellow squash. Yellow radish.
It took quite a bit of
I'm not
divine power from our Lord Martha, our mother, the mother of all of us, to heal you of your ailments. You should remember
my
her in your
mother
prayers
was
tonight.
named Janet, but if your mother was named Martha and she taught you how to do that, tell her thank you.
The goddess, Martha.
Stanley's
The
just gonna
All-Mother.
blank.
Son, let me tell you about Martha. And he goes into until you interrupt him. He spends the next half hour giving you
Stanley
a.
sits down at the table and just lets the guy talk.
Okay, the rest of the party, you have half an hour while this guy gets a quick history of the gods.
Right, well-
So, we need to figure out why someone would steal the spoons.
We need to. We've got the milk now. Yes.
Yes, we do. Let's set out the milk.
Yes. Bowl of milk. Do you reckon outside the back door, perhaps?
Yes, let's set out half of it in case we should fail miserably.
More, yes. Yes.
Okay, so you put a whole bunch of milk out there.
Half the milk.
Half the milk. It's a lot of milk because it was a full pail of milk that you got. So you've got a ton of milk.
Just a bowl full then. A fairly big bowl, but just like a bowl full.
Okay.
Aristotle, kittens.
It's Bessie milk time.
All right. So you guys are chatting or doing this when Desmond walks up to you and goes, "I've been thinking. Yesterday, I had an argument with someone."
Oh, who?
Spoon-related argument?
No, that's why I didn't come to mind at first. It was with Cog Wrench, Hammer Bench. You know, the tinker / locksmith that lives in town? Anyway, I had commissioned him to make a lock for me. He took longer than he was supposed to. He started to try to charge me more for it. I refused. I paid him the money I owed him and took the lock, and he yelled at me, "This isn't over, Desmond." You think he might have something to do with this?
Possibly. I mean.
So he's a man who has access to be able to go in through your lock at any time, and you had an argument, and he said, "This isn't over."
Mm-hmm. And he knows Big Ben's brothel is opening today. This might be his way of getting back at me.
Does he own an old amusement park and/or a rubber mask?
He owns a locksmith shop, but he also does a private tinkering enterprise on the side.
What was his name again?
Tinker. Wait, no.
Cog Wrench, Hammer Bench.
Look, I've been writing things down.
Cumberbatch, yes, Cumberbatch. Okay.
Wow. So impressed.
Turned a new leaf. No. Well, perhaps we should talk to him, but first I think we should try and call the
Add
kittens.
him
Kittens!
to the list of clues. Okay, you call up the kittens. It takes a few minutes, or like 15 or 20 minutes for them to arrive. It sounds like Stanley's getting near the end of his sermon when you see Aristotle and her rather large cubs arriving. And I do mean rather large. These kittens have grown quite quickly. In fact, they're comparable to Scrapper in size now.
Oh, look at you. Look how big you are now. Oh, Aristotle, you must be so proud.
You get the image of a cat reclining in the sun and stretching its paws out.
Aww. Oh, they're adorable. Look at them. They must be a handful, though.
Aristotle, these children of yours are magnificent. Have you ever thought as a family of going into show business?
Kind of a curious
I'm thinking
expression.
there are people who would just absolutely love to have the opportunity to meet you and your kittens.
You get this impression of so much sunbathing, so little time, care so little about what other people think.
Oh, but Aristotle, we had a question for you. Last night, did you or your kittens chase anybody around here? We heard there was a dog barking, and did you hear a dog barking? Were your kittens here last night?
A fence was destroyed. Spoons were stolen.
There's a
place of dead
short,
mice.
annoyed emotion coming from her. and then a mental image of the plate of mice, and her teaching her cubs how to hunt them.
Oh, that was a very good job you did. Yes. So,
Yes.
did your cubs knock over the fence?
Mental image of a yapping dog and a fence,
Scrapper?
a knocked over fence. Yeah.
Oh.
Was the dog Scrapper?
No. No, she seems to be very neutral on Scrapper. This other dog seems to be the neighbor's dog. It was, the neighbor's fence who's been knocked over. That dog. You get an image of like some sort of pit bull.
So, so they were hunting and the dog chased them and they knocked down the fence, sort of like whilst trying to get away. Is that?
No, it's just kind of like a set of annoyed emotions, and then she walks past you guys and goes to the milk and proceeds to ignore you.
Oh well, okay. So I don't think the fence really had anything to do with the spoons then, probably.
Just one last thing, Aristotle, if you would, if you wouldn't mind, we were looking for someone who stole a bunch of spoons. Did you see anybody when you were hunting last night?
Completely ignored.
Yes, that. And just to, maybe you're not interested right now, but just to get you thinking, remember that working in at my club, it would be working at night, so you could get in all the sunbathing you want, and then in the evening during the
Sleeping
shows,
sounds,
and you
sleeping
get milk.
images.
So what was that? Sorry.
Sleeping sounds and purring and stretching and cuddling with the other kittens, and nighttime you're just like, she's got to be with her babies.
Yes, you could do that then,
Why?
and you could get milk for it.
Meh, she gets milk here. Meh. Right about now, Stanley finishes up his lesson. And
Wow,
that
that was.
is why Martha
Oh.
is so important.
Oh, wow. Thanks for telling me all that. What's your name?
My name is Johannes.
Johan. My name is Stanley. I really
That
feel
wasn't-
like we've got like a friendship starting here. Hey, what were like you doing like last night, like up till this morning?
I got a good, restful night of sleep. One needs a rested soul and body if they are to properly channel Martha's divine powers.
Yeah. So you were just sleeping. You didn't hear any weird noises or anything?
Sometime this morning, a dog woke me up.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot. Well, how about you guys talking to anyone else that's at the table? What's everyone been up to, guys?
The only other guy that was there is gone. Like, you turn to look at him, and for the first time, you realize he's not there.
Oh, I'm gonna go find him. Johan, it was really cool to meet you, man.
Of course.
Thanks for
You were Stanley?
yeah.
You were a good listener, Stanley. If you ever need to hear any more legends of the gods, please ask me. I'd be happy to tell.
Stanley, his face lights up. He feels really good to being told that he's good at something.
Mhm.
This hasn't happened to him much in his life, so being told he's a good listener, he brightens up. He's, oh yeah, well I could listen all the time. So if you ever want to talk again, I could totally listen. Yeah, but right now I gotta go find some people and
As
talk
do
to
I.
them.
There are monsters
Yeah.
that need slaying. He hefts his mace over
Spoons that
his
need
shoulder
finding.
and
So
trudges
I
out.
thought that was going to be Brother Morton, but Brother Morton has competition, eh?
Yes, this is a different cleric.
With more hair.
More hair, much more hair, yeah.
Oh.
Long,
Anyway,
flowing black hair.
So what is the layout in back of Shenanigans here as far as like foliage? There any trees and bushes and
There's
things
some
like
trees, there's some stacks of wood, there's 2 doors, there's some mud puddles. That's where all the tracks are, is on the edge of the mud. There's some bushes, there's some other buildings. There's like a tent.
What's closest to the? Well, I guess I'll pick a tree closest to the back door,
Mm-hmm. It's a young
and
sapling there. It looks like a little walnut.
I'll go. So, my good sapling. Oh, sturdy. A walnut today. You might become an oak one day, though. Dare to dream. So, what can you tell me about things you might have seen last night? Speak with plants.
Fucking speak with plants.
Oh, the fucking druids!
The foul stench of alcohol soaked through my bark and wafted up into my leaves.
Oh, nasty, nasty.
A urine-stained man rested upon me until he was forcibly removed in an argument that blew much wind into my branches that were trying to rest.
Interesting, interesting. What do you remember about this man?
He laid on me for quite some time, letting the vapors seep in. He seemed
Do you remember what
possibly
kind
to
of
be
bark he
unconscious.
had? If he had any moss? What color his moss was?
I do not see color the way that you do. I felt a great warmth, though, unusually warm. And wet, too. It wasn't just alcohol vapor seeping into me. There was some sort of salt water. And as well as all the extra nitrates.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Was he particularly mossy? Do you remember? Even if you couldn't remember the color?
No recollection as to his moss. That part never brushed up against me.
I say anything else of note that you can remember from last night? Anything unusual? This has been very useful. I appreciate it.
Only the manner of his arrival and departure.
Which was?
Quite sudden, both ways. The first more as if he had fallen against me and then slid down to the base and lay there for a while. The second, much more kicking and small vibrations, yelling, I believe you would call it.
Interesting. And did you notice a dog running around barking, or any big cats such as might climb up you from time to time?
No, nothing climbed upon me. The only other noises were from a breaking of some poor tree nearby. It's some tree that has never reached out to me, and the yapping of that neighbor dog.
Excellent, excellent. You have been most helpful. Let me get some water to help you grow. Most
Get rid of that
appreciative.
alcohol.
No, fresh water, fresh water. We're gonna
Yes,
get
yes,
fresh water.
get rid of
Nothing
that
but the
alcohol.
freshest for you.
Yes.
So, if you two could help me get some water for our friend here, and I'll fill you in on what I just learned.
Oh, certainly. Sort of like, yeah, Dell will go and fetch a bucket of water and carefully pour it on the roots of the tree.
Yes.
Like, oh, there you go, little tree. Oh, what lovely leaves you have.
There we go. And so I'll fill everybody in on what I learned. So somebody was seemingly thrown into the tree. There was salt water. Perhaps the person was crying. Drunk, crying against the tree. Sounds
Peeing?
like
Maybe
also
peeing on the
urinating
tree?
against the tree. What?
Oh, peeing on the... I was going to say yes, peeing on the tree. That's...
Well, it was also was told, salt water. So I'm wondering if the person was crying as well. I mean, having been thrown into a tree and being drunk, maybe they were mourning their life and the things that led to them pissing themselves while collapsed against a tree. Some people do that, but that does give us something.
Well, I still think we should go and talk to this cog branch character.
Well, let's ask Desmond if he tossed anybody out the back door.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea, actually. Yes, let's do that.
Desmond says he.
About this time, Stanley walks into the back door, meeting you guys as you're walking in. Oh, hey guys, is Leslie out there?
Is what now?
Desmond's wife, is she out there still?
I have no idea. She might be catching more squirrels.
Oh, because I put a log in front of the door to see if someone went out the back, and the log moved, so someone went out the back. So I was going to ask her to see if she saw who went out the back.
Borscht is in the kitchen. The door was the kitchen door that was knocked open.
Okay,
So-
yeah, I'll ask Borscht. Hey, Borscht.
Hmm.
Did you see who went out the back?
You did, and those guys
Yeah.
did.
But before that, like when we were out.
I don't know when you come and go, but Desmond came through here a few times. Elizabeth came through here a few times. Layla came through once.
Oh, okay. And no one else?
It's kitchen entrance.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Borscht.
Wait, maybe one of the kobolds. I don't know which one.
Which one?
I don't know. The
Well, we already.
sweatier of the one?
Yeah. Do we think this kobold stole the spoons, or are we pretty sure the kobolds didn't steal the spoons?
I think that's to you guys.
Sorry, I was reading the message there.
Right.
I don't. Dead silence, and Borscht goes, if they stole them, you could probably trick them into telling you. They're not very bright.
I don't think the kobolds would steal the spoons, although it's strange enough they might, for weird reasons, have done it. But they would also tell us if we asked.
That's true.
So perhaps we should ask. Rhubarb, clip clop.
They saunter over. They are pushing each other currently, back and forth.
Yes, my good gentleman. Do you happen to know anything about spoons that went missing? You didn't happen to touch those, did you?
I am king of spoons. The other one goes, no, you stupid duke of spoons. I'm king of prunes. No, I'm the king of prunes. Yeah, and then they start kicking each other and pushing each other.
You stole the spoons! Stanley draws his sword and points it out.
Oh, Stanley,
Calm down, Stanley.
Someone at the bar draws a sword, but everyone whirls and faces you like tensing for combat upon hearing the sword drawing.
False alarm.
Settle down now. It's okay. Don't worry.
But
Could you
Stanley,
tell us
put the sword
more
down.
about King and Duke of Spooning?
Prune King, he's the Prune King.
You say prune or spoon?
Prune King.
Oh,
He
prunes are
eat
good for
prune
your
all the time,
digestion.
and then he poo everywhere. He the Prune King. He poop everywhere. He poo all the time. He Prune King.
Yes,
No,
well,
I
or
said Spoon King, not
spoons.
Prune King.
Spoons.
Crewbarb have many spoons. Once upon a time, then Crewbarb's entire family gets slaughtered. Now Crewbarb have no spoons.
Oh, yes.
No spoons.
Can't imagine would have done such a thing.
No fork. No knife. Big knife.
But you mentioned being a spoon king. Have you recently acquired any spoons or know anything about them?
No.
Were you aware of, or did you see or overhear a man getting thrown into the sapling out back there last night, or somebody else? Maybe not a man. Somebody getting tossed last
Sap?
night against the sapling, against the tree, the little tree.
I last night sleep in hay in front of barn. Front of Shenanigans.
Okay, just checking. Perhaps we should check with Desmond to see if he tossed anybody out last night.
That's a good idea. Yes.
You find Desmond. But how do you ask him? What do you ask him?
So Desmond, we've been doing some investigating, and one thing we found that was unusual, although it might not be if you happen to remember it, was somebody got thrown, it seems, into the tree out back last night and spent a little while there before leaving. Did you throw anybody out the back door last night? Or know anything about a scuffle that happened back there?
No, but I didn't lock up. Borsch did. By the time
Would
I left,
Borsch have
everyone
thrown
was still
someone out
around.
the back? Does he do that?
If he needs to.
Excellent. Perhaps we should talk to Borsch then. Thank you.
Good luck, and keep an eye out.
Oh, we have been. We have been.
Yes.
Good.
Oh, Borsch.
You still no fine spoons?
We are
We've got some
looking.
questions for you.
Question. Yes. My dear Dell.
Did you throw anybody out of the back door last night into the tree?
I kicked someone out at closing. Just normal drunk guy. But I
Into
didn't
the
throw.
tree, out the back?
No, he stumbled out on his own 2 feet.
Well,
I don't know if he stayed there for long, but he did stumble out.
Okay.
That sounds like our guy.
Who was it?
Oh, just local town drunk. I think he goes by the name Taubert.
Taubert?
Taubert.
Taubert.
Something like that. I don't know. He's mute. He don't speak at all.
Interesting. He wouldn't be a plant by any chance, would he?
No.
Oh well.
Might have the IQ of a plant.
Well, that's probably doesn't sound like our man, but we never know. Well, I think the first thing we should do is we should go and talk to this cog bench chap.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do that then.
Okay. You guys head over to Cogwrench Hammerbench.
Cogwrench Hammerbench.
He is the tinker, also a locksmith for town. And you come across him in his little shop.
Yes, my good Cogwrench Cumberbatch, whatever. We understand that. Well, first let us introduce ourselves here. This is my good friend Stanley here. Say hello, Stanley.
Hello, Stanley.
Yes, we knew that one was coming, didn't we? And Delanora.
Hi, how are you? So lovely to meet you. What a lovely shop you have here.
I should tell you now that he is a gnome, by the way, in case that changes anything.
And aren't you adorable?
Love the red hat. I'll have to have you stand outside my garden. Anyways, we understand that you had an unsatisfactory contract with Desmond.
Desmond's a brazen man. I don't know how he thinks he can get away with things at hand.
What did he get away with exactly? We heard there was some kind of dispute where he treated you ill, but we didn't quite get the details.
The details are not what matters here. All that matters is that my coins appear. Desmond owes me more money than he has paid. And for this, reparations shall be made.
How exactly are you planning on getting reparations?
Behold,
Yes,
my
about your
flamethrower of old. It shall singe his hair and burn his mare.
He
Desmond
doesn't
shall
have a
be
mare,
most
does he?
afraid.
At least until you get paid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. Said.
What?
It's the devil's in the details, my good man. What happened exactly? Tell us the plan.
What? Why are you all talking so strangely?
Desmond came to buy a lock. But that's not all he had in stock. He had a plan to keep something hidden. From who and what, I'm not bidden.
You kind of
Not
knocked
very good at
yourself
this.
into a corner with that one, didn't you?
I certainly did.
Dell's just like,
Ask
Did he
for
hide
some work
it in
to
a
be.
box? Did he hide it with a fox?
Ask for some work to be done. And afterwards, when all is said and fun, he comes with coin in hand and does not make good on what we planned. I said 10 gold per day, and it should be no more than 5, I say. But at the end of 7, he comes back, wishing through the heavens that he could only pay, 25, when 30 was the price. Something.
You had set in his eyes.
Yes.
Well, now.
why are you all talking so weirdly?
Well, now you said 5, but then it took 7. I just
Life
kept
is full of
dragging
complications.
on, but not up to 11.
Life is complicated.
We can't all be in heaven.
What?
Life is
It
complicated.
can't be overstated. Life is complicated.
And
It can't not be debated.
It took 2 more days. That's just the way it goes some days.
You really,
All right,
you
I
really
want
love
you to
messing up my days.
step outside and then come back when you can do better than rhyming days with days.
There are many ways to rhyme with days. This is just how we speak, you unsatiable freak, he says, pointing at Dell. Have you never met a gnome? Have you ever left your home? Other people speak and think in many different ways. This should have been something that you learned ago many days.
Now you're doing it again.
Days and pays and ways and mays and rhymes with all sorts of days.
Dell just bursts into tears and runs outside.
You really left her in a haze. Hey, so
I hope you're happy with yourself. You've made me one unhappy elf.
and I'm half a elf, so I'm half unhappy, but the other half still thinks we could talk and
But that was crappy?
You certainly
Yeah.
are wacky.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What
let me
business
light
have
up
you
my
here?
tobacco.
This was never for me very clear. Are you here to
Yes, sir, we
purchase
speak
something
spoon.
for yourself? Or is all this Desmond business a shelf?
Yes, sir, we seek spoons. Spoons, I said. They've gone missing, and everyone's all crazy in their head. And now we gotta find the spoons to bring them back, or else Desmond will come at us and he'll attack.
I must say this is no longer of my concern. Of freedom you all shall soon yearn, but in time it will be most none of my concern.
If people know that after your work he was broken into and robbed, they'll think you're the jerk. They'll say,
Look at me.
his locks, they do not work.
Someone who would choose to break into that establishment
Oh, I'm looking to see how you break that one.
is certainly not the sort of gent I would like to fiddle
Well
with.
played.
But that is another.
If he was robbed despite your lock in your work, no one will put stock.
No. Desmond, you see, is not the average person that you may meet.
Well, you're gonna rhyme person.
No, Desmond, you see, is not the average person that may be one of my customers on my daily routine.
This hurts.
But that said, we must all go have some poutine. For this talk of Desmond and coin, it makes me weary, and all of this is rather dreary. You're not going to take any of my business, and so I must take off. And something I'm
Desmond.
really bad at
But
rhyming,
Desmond
apparently.
has a high profile. And if people find out he was robbed while using one of your products, they just won't give a fuck about the work of Cumberbatch. And
Desmond
banished.
attracts a lot of attention, more than most people in this nation. If he is robbed, it is no skin off my back. No one will be talking smack. He is of a different caliber. And I've backed myself into another corner.
people will say your locks don't work. And about
He's a jerk.
about your shop, no customers will lurk.
I feel like this conversation has gone circular. If we keep going, we'll be here all day for sure. So let's just ask you another question. How do you feel about broth? And if you like broth, would you help people that make broth?
I like a good soup, but don't look at me as if I'm some sort of moop. My real favorite food is egg. Or a good chicken leg. Anything from the family of poultry.
Something sultry.
Oh, yes. Anything from the family of poultry. Its flesh is always so sultry.
Now, we've talked much, but learned much less. So, if you know anything about this robbery, then you should confess, Command.
I did not do it, I say. There is simply no way. I was up all late last night working with my wife on a project. Well, I
To start
can't
another
say. Let's just let you know that it was lots of play.
At least 4 play?
Hey,
Maybe 5.
Oh.
I bet you have a different story.
I'm not done with that jive.
Okay,
They're
and
still outside having a
upon
moment.
that, I'm pretty sure you guys have ruled out the locksmith. You feel
Yes.
free to draw over these things and mark off clues that you don't want to mark off or write on open space. But we're gonna take a break. Go to our third break. I want to say
Second?
second break. Second
Yes.
break, and we're gonna see you guys in just about 5 minutes. So take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Don't touch that dial.